everybody. This is Anurag Bansal from Knowledge. Today I am going to show you how to install Ubuntu 11.10 which just got released yesterday to your old Ubuntu machine or on a Windows. So I will show you from download. First go to ubuntu.com. You can see it here, and then you will see get Ubuntu now. Go there, download and install. From there you have two options. One is you can say direct download, start download, and that would by default be on the latest revision, or you can go to the alternate locations here and try to download the ISO files from the BitTorrents and all those things. If you have a Ubuntu machine, then you already have the transmission torrent player, torrent retriever, or you can, if you are on Windows, you can install uTorrent or something. From here you need to select, if you are upgrading, then you need to select alternate ISO or i386 or AMD64 files. If you want a fresh install, then you can download the desktop i386 or AMD 364. So that's what I have done. I have downloaded these files already, which you can see here. I have downloaded 3 files just to show you, and it came from the transmission. Next thing I want you to do is get a USB drive, put it in your USB. It will automatically show up like you can see here, and some data is already there, so I'm gonna show you how to remove this data. First you gotta go to your Ubuntu dashboard and search for USB. It will show up as a startup disk creator. Click that. It will automatically show this latest drive in this disk to use folder portion of it, and then probably it won't show up as your ISO file you downloaded on this automatically. If it doesn't, then you just locate it where it is. Mine is on desktop. Select this file, say open. So this file is there now. Now since I already have data in this drive, in USB drive, what I want to do is erase this and then create a fresh. So say erase disk. It will ask for a confirmation. Say yes. Ask for permission, yes, and okay. So I have erased the data in this file. I'm going to select discarded or shut down, so that no data when I'm using this live USB is stored anywhere. So now the next step is just say make startup disk. I'm going to say it will probably take some time. As you can see, the process is almost complete. It's almost done. Installation is complete. You may now run Ubuntu on other computers by booting them with this drive. So what I'm gonna do is just say quit. So my USB is created. Now the next step to use this drive is to shut down the machine and then go into the bootloader. So I will say shut down and it say restart, because I want to use this drive for reinstalling this Ubuntu. So that's the next step. Shut down. After you restart your computer, make sure that you go to the BIOS settings and select the USB storage device, while your new USB you created is already in your USB drive. So I'm going to select this USB storage device, say enter, say connect. As you can see on the top, it is, so it's connected. Now as you can see, this is the first screen you would ever see when you are trying to install it. You have two options at this point. If you want to just try Ubuntu without installing or affecting your computer, you can say try Ubuntu, and if you are sure you want to install it, just say install Ubuntu, because since I have already been using Ubuntu and I know what I need to do, I would suggest any new user to first try Ubuntu and see if the hardware is supported. Most probably it will be supported, but I want to make sure that you know what you are doing before you start installing and mess up something in your existing operating system or computer. So just as a step and being cautious that I already know what I'm going to do, I'm installing Ubuntu. So I said install Ubuntu. Now you can see that it automatically detects what are the minimum requirements and are all of these fulfilled. Now has at least 4.4 GB available drive space. These are the minimum requirements. It's plugged into a source, power source, connected to internet, and there is another option which you see is download updates while installing. I wouldn't recommend it doing it while you are installing it because it probably increases your time to install. Instead, I want to quickly go through the installation process, and I mean, it's not going to affect the installation, but it's just going to drive the time longer. So that's why I'm not selecting this. I can definitely select the install third-party softwares because it kind of install the Flash, MP3 and other proprietary softwares, which so by selecting this option you are actually enabling some of the other software sources. So I'm going to say continue. Okay, so now as the next step you will see three options. One is install Ubuntu alongside the other documents and all other operating systems, and the next step is erase disk and install Ubuntu. This will, please make sure that you do not select this option if you don't know what you are doing, because this second option is going to delete everything on your computer and install just Ubuntu. If you have previous versions of Ubuntu or Windows, then this option is going to remove Windows. So please make sure that you do not select this option unless you know what you are doing, or you want to do something else in which if you are, this is generally for advanced users who know what they are doing, and it gives you an opportunity to select various partition schemes and how to configure your system for better use. Doing something else because I know what I'm doing. Now do continue. So see, it kind of gives me all the installed, all the partitions on my hard drive. Now in this one, what I'm going to do is reformat some of the partitions where my previous version of Ubuntu was installed. A quick way to do that is to check the types. So as you can see, in some of these types I have FAT16, NTFS. NTFS is generally Windows, so that kind of tells you that this partition has Windows on it. Now the other four partition, if you see, is ext4, ext4. ext4 is a Linux partition type, so I would say that kind of tells me that this is where my previous operating system was installed. So I will select one of these, highlight one of these, and say select what you want to do with these. What I'm going to do is, if you can see the partitions, I have around 16 GB separated from my original hard drive, partitioned for Ubuntu only, and then another 4 GB is for my swap area. General rule of thumb is, if your computer RAM is 2 GB, then you need at least 4 GB of swap space, generally twice your RAM, and you can leave rest of the, you can separate out rest of the space between home and the partition. So what I have done in my system is I have created a separate area for installation files and separate area for home. I'm going to use these and format it again. So what I will do is say change. This is the partition size. It by default says do not use this partition. I'm going to say use ext4, and format this partition. And how do you want to mount it? Mount it as boot. So this is where the installation files will be saved. Say OK. It will take some time. Okay. Now next step is to select the home. Again, say change, same partition space, say ext4, format the partition and select home, because I want to save all my files on this drive. So you have what you are going to do in this step is select your installation partition, your home partition, make sure that it has enough space for the installation files to be installed and enough space for your home so that you can save all the files, and then just say install now. So if you can see in the bottom, it is creating all these partitions, updating it. Now you can select the time zone. I am in Detroit. Select Detroit, say continue. It is to set up the time zone. Now select the keyboard. Now give the computer name and everything. I have put in all the details, and now it is time to say continue. One another option I want to show you is it gives you an option to log in automatically, so you don't have to put your password every time you log in, or you can say require my password to log in so that nobody else can access your machine, though they can log in as a guest. So I have selected require my password and say continue. And see, because I have a webcam, so it shows me myself. I can use that as a picture when I log in, or I can select any of these. So I'm gonna take my photo. So I took a photo, and that's what it is going to use for my login window. You just say continue and let the rest of the process happen. It is installing the system, and once you are done, it will give you an option to restart. I will probably reconnect after this process is completed for me. Once the installation is complete, you will see this message on the screen which says installation is complete. You need to start the computer in order to use the new installation. So that's what I'm going to do, is restart the system and show you and welcome you to the Ubuntu 11.2 desktop. Once you restart, it will show you the boot Grub like this. So that's my login. That's the screen you will see when you first login. Here is 11.10. That's my name. Just hit enter. And welcome to Ubuntu 11.10. Here you can see it is already connected to the network because I already entered the password. And this is your new Unity taskbar on the side, where you can access home folder, Firefox browser. You can move stuff around, you can delete something, you can add something, you can say right click, remove from launcher and things like that. And then here is the Ubuntu Center, Software Center, Ubuntu One, System Settings and Workspaces. When you click that, you see 4 workspaces like this, where you can quickly access the files or arrange your windows in separate workspaces, which is one function not available in Windows. Or you click it again and then you're back to one workbench. It is your Ubuntu Software Center. So hope you enjoyed and learned something new about 11.10 installation process, and I welcome you to visit knowledge.com, knowliz.com, for more instructions like this, and to learn more about Android phones, apps, various technology related websites, apps, and web apps. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @knowledge, knowliz, and my name is Anurag Bansal. Thanks for watching this video.